Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be going over the funnel and SOPs that I developed for one of my clients that I'm working really closely with. And with this funnel and SOPs, we have been able to get as high as 935K in revenue in 1 month. We missed a $1 million mark by 65K. That was our highest month. And to be honest, so far, we haven't been able to crack it yet, but I'm positive that it will happen sooner rather than later with this specific system. Right now, we are consistently averaging around 700 to 800K per month. So as far as the biz ops go, I would say we are doing pretty decent numbers. For those who don't know me, my name is Conrad, and for the past 4 years, I have been focusing on helping coaches, consultants, and other online business owners scale their businesses. And so far, combined across all of my clients I've worked with, we've been able to collect over $20 million during that time. So let's jump back into the video. So for this particular offer, we have multiple assets. We have subscription-based membership for $97 per month. We have low ticket offer for $500. We have mid-sized offer for $14.99 that we sell through webinar. And we have high ticket packages ranging from $3,800 to $9,800. We use out of tech to piece everything together. ClickFunnels, GHL, ActiveCampaign, Twilio, and Webinar Jam, and a couple more. Honestly, I forgot what else we're using. And in terms of size of the sales team itself, we have 4 chat SDRs, we have 7 inbound phone SDRs, we have 2 outbound phone SDRs, and we have 14 inbound closers. As you can see, there's 2 different ways of how people are opting into our ecosystem, one through DMs and one through a regular funnel that we run ads to. So at this point, we are running ads on all possible platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So in terms of the funnel opt-ins, it's a regular VSL funnel. It takes about an hour to go through the entire process. I mean, from the opt-in to booking if uninterrupted. So if someone opts in and within an hour we don't see a booking, we have an automation set up to let one of our outbound sellers know to call them and basically see what's up. Just to create another touch point, provide some value, see if they maybe need anything, and show that ultimately we care. Our VSL is a little bit longer, to be honest, because it lasts 45 minutes. But I've noticed that if someone watches the whole thing, they come much warmer to the call. And after the VSL, we have the application process that qualifies people by its logic for good and bad applications. By bad applications, I mean people who said that they do not have enough budget, or maybe they are from a little bit less qualified country. For those specifically, after the application, they are being redirected to another VSL that sells them subscription-based membership. If they won't buy it within a day, the sequence kicks in and they are receiving a promo code, basically a free trial for a month. Now, if they buy, they are being put to a different stage in the sales pipeline, and they are being contacted 2 weeks later, either by a seller or by a closer to try to upsell them to the main package. Now, this middle here is actually quite interesting, so take notes. A couple of months ago, I went through the funnel analytics, and I've noticed that about 20% of the people who are going through the entire process, they do not book a call. So if you're running ads to VSL, I would recommend to check it for yourself. You can do it by seeing how many people on a daily basis are visiting the booking page versus how many people on a daily basis are visiting the thank you page that they should be redirected to after the booking. The difference between those two, it will show you how many people you are letting through the cracks every single day. So right now, if someone enters the booking page, but within the 10 minutes there is no booking, we have internal notification to notify our outbound seller to call them and again see what's up. And you would be surprised how many people couldn't either find a good time for themselves, or maybe something distracted them and they simply forgot about it. Like I mentioned before, for us, it was about 20%. So if we have been booking already about 150 to 170 calls per day, we've been leaving like around another 40 on the table before. So check it out, because this is something that can be like a low-hanging fruit that you can fix right away, and it will help you bump up some revenue. Okay? Now, in terms of the DMs, as I mentioned before, we have 4 chat setters. With the audience that we have, it's normal that people are reaching out through the DMs as well. So for those, we have pre-qualification process that is pushing them to the call with the setter first. I mean, all of the leads are going always to a call with a setter first. Our marketing is qualifying people in, not out. So we have a lot of volume, a lot of interest, and a lot of the people have to be filtered through. Plus, in terms of the DMs, it is much harder to lie on a call speaking to someone than it is to lie over the DMs, right? So just want to make sure that even when they pass the pre-qualification process, that their answers match with what they say on a call with the setter. So from a call with the setter, there can be only 3 outcomes, right? No-show, unqualified, and qualified. If someone no-shows setting call, number 1, they are being put on a specific stage in the pipeline that automatically triggers a 14-day text sequence. The first message pushes them to the YouTube where they can get some value from, and so they can get warmed up a little bit more. All of the rest include case studies, testimonials, as well as the rebooking link, so just in case they can rebook by themselves. But on top of that, they are also being called twice a day by a setter to try to get them back on a call. If at any point they rebook, either through the link or through the setter, their pipeline stage is updated and they are being taken out of the sequence, so they won't be receiving any more messages. After 14 days, if we do not hear back from them at all, the lead is considered half dead and they are being put on a promo list. So a promo list is basically a list where all of those no-shows and no-sales are being put on, and every once in a while, like every 2 months or like every quarter, we send them promo links, or like for any major holidays like 4th of July, Black Friday, or like whatever. And by promo, I mean like 25-30% off, just to try to reignite the relationship again. And honestly, I would say we bring extra 100, maybe 150K every quarter with those, so it stacks up. Now, unqualified. Some people lie on applications too, right? Or maybe they misunderstand the question and they answer it wrongly, if it makes sense. So it happens that someone at the end of the day is being disqualified. If they are, we send them a bunch of their resources to provide some kind of like a value. Also, we send the YouTube so they can get some value out of that as well. And just so they can stay in our, again, ecosystem at the same time. We also send them a VSL to our subscription-based community, which follows a similar process as if they would be disqualified by the application, which means if they won't purchase it within the 24 hours, the 3-day sequence kicks in with a promo code and free trial for a month. And if they purchase, their pipeline stage updates and are being contacted 2 weeks later to try to book them for an upsell for the main package. Now, as for qualified people, first things first, at the moment they are booked on the closer's calendar, they are being sent a pre-call resources, some homework, some extra resources, and information about the influencer, company, case studies, and testimonials, just so they can come to the meeting as hot as possible. And now, all of the setters are required to book as soon as possible, ideally for the next day, but unfortunately not everyone can meet the next day, right? So if someone is booked more than 3 days ahead, the setters call them again 24 hours before to confirm the meeting and to double check if the pre-call materials have been gone over. From my experience, it's good to have another touch point if someone is booked more than 3 days ahead, simply because people tend to forget. Now, the fun part, closing call. So there can be only 3 outcomes, right? No-show, sell, and no-sell. So if someone no-shows for the closing call, we have a similar process that we have if someone no-shows for a seller call, with one major difference. Instead of having a 14-day rebooking sequence, we have one for 7 days. After the 7 days, the automation is pushing people to the Ever webinar where we sell the mid-size package for $14.99. And the cool part about it is that they can pay for it through like a PayPal funding that literally allows them to split the whole thing in like a 6 monthly installments, interest-free. And you, as a business, you get the whole thing. Now, if they purchase it, they get added to the pipeline stage that we keep tabs on, and they are being contacted 2 weeks later for an upsell. If not, they are being sent a VSL to the community with the same process that we covered before. If the sale is made, we have a bunch of upsells on the back end to the higher ticket packages. That allows us to be able to spend a little bit more on the front end to acquire customers, and ultimately it is increasing the LTV of every single client. If it's a definite no-sell, they are being added to the sequence that sends them a case studies, testimonials, and ends with us sending them to the webinar. When I say definite no-sell, it means if the lead says a definite no on a call. If they express a willingness to move forward at a later time, they are being put to a different pipeline stage to be followed up on in the time frame they said they want to be followed up on. So in our CRM, we have a hot follow-up for the people who are expected to close within 7 days or less, warm follow-up for the people who are expected to close within 2 to 6 weeks, and long-term nurture for the people who won't be ready for the next couple months. That depends on what you sell, but personally, I closed people after 13 months of follow-up. So it's worth sometimes keeping tabs on those as well. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Maybe it will help you, maybe not, but I hope you'll be able to extract at least one thing that you could incorporate in your business. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And I guess don't forget to subscribe so you're not gonna miss any future videos. All right? See you in the next one.